Hello, Zero AD community. It is Sunday pro game time. This is the fourth, I believe, Sunday pro game that's happened. They've been happening every week for the past few weeks. Three, I suppose, and this is the fourth. And Mark Harl, who seems to be kind of like heading them up, hit me up earlier this week and asked me if I wanted to stream one of them. And I'm not streaming this one, obviously, because it already happened and you're watching this now. But maybe next week, it's a possibility. C posted a freaking link in the chat, but it's not. Well, anyway, I'm not going to be watching the stream version. I'm going to be covering it myself to give you guys who might have already seen the streamed version a different perspective. But I might have to end up watching well, let's see, somebody's concerned that there are 25 specs, so let me see. If I do get kicked, let me just pull up C's YouTube channel. Plan and go.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, audio. But yeah, I don't see the live video anywhere currently, but alright, I hope I don't get kicked. Alright, I asked them not to kick me. Hopefully they take me up on that. Sorry, as I was rushing to get ready because I was thinking there might be a possibility that I would be streaming this, but I definitely didn't give myself enough time to do all that. But yeah, I'm really excited. Geez, we have some of the best players in the game here. On Team 1, we have weirdJokes. Team 2, we have chrstgtr. Those are the two best players that I'm familiar with, but I know Havran's amazing. Rauls as well, I didn't even see, so yeah. Aslan as well, I know about. Darkcity, I've never actually seen before. I love purple, though, and the name. Yeah, let's see what we have. You really see the Celtic civilizations come to the fore when it comes to which civilizations the best players go with, because I really think the Gauls, the Britons, and the Iberians really are the best cids. You always see them getting picked by, and this has been a thing since, like, all the way back, going back to Alpha 23. You see these cids getting picked by some of the best players. I kind of wanna mess with the Britons. I used to mess with all the different cids, like, way back before I had the channel. Like, I've been playing Zero AD literally since, like, 2020, believe it or not. During COVID was when I first downloaded it. So yeah, I definitely have like a little bit of experience with all the civs, except for the Han really, because they're new. I've only played like one game with them, I think, and I feel like because of the really long re-upping time for the crossbows to fire their shots, and also the ministers, add I think 3% gather rate to anybody who they're next to. Or it's a pretty large radius, but I feel like 3% is such a it's such a low number. And you can have multiple. I think you can have up to 8 ministers, but you have to train them. You have to spend resources and spend time like investing in those ministers. So. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't feel like it would be worth it, but then again, once you have all those ministers, like, in the late game, I think it's really a late game play, because once you have all those ministers, like, either spread out, it's less noticeable if they're spread out, but if you kind of have them all in one spot, then the effect becomes really noticeable. And if they are spread out to your different resources, then, what do you call it? It's less noticeable, but it's still, giving you the same buff if you have the same amount of, ministers, so I can only assume that it works well, because people have been messing with the Han since Alpha 26 came out. Certainly, I mean, I haven't seen any of the top tier players, but when it's when your rating is that high, I feel like the stakes are a little bit higher. And what is it? I feel like trying out like a new civ, it's kind of almost the same with me, because I already have a really low rating, and as like a regular 0 AD YouTuber, it's a source of embarrassment for me, I guess you could say. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't love to see that drop down any further, so I rarely even play rated games. But honestly, if I did, I think my rating would be even lower than it is right now, which is around like 1275, which is so sad. But I feel like as far as whoa, we just dropped down from 12 to 1. That's interesting. All right, so let us tune in. I hope they don't kick me. Alright, so Team 1 in the cyan, Team 2 in the green. We have in the blue in the north, Ginnungagap. I don't know why they do this. Then again, I wonder if people have trouble pronouncing my name if they don't know. So, okay, cool. Send everybody in and then pop the women straight out to the berries to get them there a little bit faster. Actually change their mind, chickens, or no, these berries over here. Good strategy, get them further away from the flank, and also it'll be that much longer before they have to build another farmstead, because they have the additional apple tree right there. Aslan playing balls, also messing with the farmstead. It's interesting, normally I see a lot of players not getting the berry upgrade, but in this game I'm very pleased with what I see so far. All farmsteads all around so far. First Iberian player, this is Dark City, and do we have a berry upgrade from Dark City? Maybe just the... I would say it'd be a good idea, because they only know about one of these extra berry bushes. But yeah, so no berry upgrade for Dark City. And then we have WeirdJokes, my good friend in the south, also no berry upgrade with lots of apple trees. I don't know, maybe it would be a good idea. But we have this storehouse right here, far away from the flank, playing it safe. And Team 2 in the south, we have Chester in the green. I don't know if that's how. I think the last time I commented on a game with them, I called them chrstgtr. That's so funny. I think it's funny. It's kind of cheesy, but... Oh, unit silhouettes are off. That's so interesting. How long have unit silhouettes been off? I might have had them off for the last couple of games I played, and that might have contributed to me losing, actually. So yeah, berry upgrade for chrstgtr. Farmstead just now going up for WALLYY, playing the Britons. And we have Hunt going on for WALLYY. Darkcity and WALLYY are both actually training cab, interestingly. Where are Darkcity's cab? Let's try to find them.
Yeah, see?
Oh, just one. Okay, I'm sorry, it's weirdJokes who has the cab.
Yeah, see?
Cab. Okay, so both of those players are... I'm sorry, no, weirdJokes is on team 1. Yeah, and then WALLYY is on team 2, also with 5 cab each, actually. And, yeah, very conveniently placed farmstead, taking advantage of the hunt close to it, and a much faster drop-off for that. Observer Defcon says WALLYY is going for a rush. I guess. Maybe. We don't know for sure. You know, weirdJokes could also be. weirdJokes actually has 8 cab. Yep, and Lord says weirdJokes as well. First wood cutting upgrade from Havran, good going, house by the wood line. Other line of houses over here, kind of out in the open. These women are very vulnerable. Up here, Rauls 32 out of 40, kind of lagging, not a lot, but on the lower end out of all the players in terms of population, but berries are almost all up. And everyone on the wood line over here. And let's go. Okay, so weirdJokes.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
About to thrash these women. Yes. And the carnage has begun. Every single one of these women going down. The dog getting... Okay.
Yeah,
spared
see?
a single woman.
Yeah, see?
And here comes 8 cab to help from WALLYY, but they are being taken down.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, weirdJokes managed to kill off the majority of them, or half of them, I should say, without losing a single one of his own, amazingly. They were evenly matched to start off, but other than the dog, but the dog never really even caught up and got any shots in, so it was really WALLYY choosing to turn tail and run that was the main cause of his losses there.
Yeah, see?
Now weirdJokes is getting out of there. And yeah, we see 9 kills for Team 1 so far, all from weirdJokes. Very successful rush on chrstgtr, and then some you know, a failed attempt from WALLYY to swoop in and save the day. But now WALLYY has gathered the remaining cab up with it's interesting. I think they both had a dog. Yeah, they both have their war dog. Very cool.
Yeah, see?
Okay, so we did experience some lag for a moment there. Hopefully they don't start mercilessly kicking people and I end up getting kicked out in the middle of covering this game. That would be absolutely tragic, but here we go. WALLYY is up in weirdJokes territory, attempting to take revenge, and doing so. 2 women down, but here come 5 skirmishers of Darkcity to attempt to repel those cab, and they have. I was going to say they did so, but no, the cab are back, and they're getting even more kills. Those women could have been in the Civic Center, but they were standing beside it, and that mistake costed WALLYY. 3 more cab from WALLYY attacking a group of, I think, 4, 5, 6 skirmishers, and then running away. All the cab grouping together as some of weirdJokes' cab give chase. Is this one going to get away? He might. Yes, he dropped. And now we have both weirdJokes and Darkcity chasing after WALLYY's cab. I don't know what they're going to chase them for. They might, Okay, so they're still running, but...
Yeah, see?
Yeah, they turned around because they really didn't have a
see?
numerical advantage here. It was about even if you consider the health that these Cab WALLYY have lost. So, yeah, very successful rushing attempts from weirdJokes to start off. And he's now bringing his Cab along the south of the map. Single Cab of chrstgtr. Yes. He has brought chrstgtr's only Cab down. And yeah, that chrstgtr I think was the initial target of weirdJokes' rush. He's now allowing his Cab to wait in the wings. And now here's a woodline with 16 women and 7 skirmishers. So if weirdJokes decided to attack it with these 9 Cab, I don't know how successful they would be. They would have to make sure to target all of the skirmishers and bring them down first, which would be very hard to do because it's hard to see them in all the trees. Otherwise, the skirmishers would for sure be able to take down all the cavalry, but not before the Cab took down some of the women. Yeah, weirdJokes probably was thinking the same thing I was, and turned around. It wasn't an engagement that he wanted to do, but yeah, he already has, I'm assuming, a kennel built. That is where you train the dogs from, I think. Or no, you just train the dogs from the stables. There used to be a separate building for the dogs called a kennel, but I think they might have gotten rid of that. Small group of 7 skirmishers. Now to 10. weirdJokes has 11 units total. I would say probably about evenly matched against this small group of skirms. Honestly, I don't know if it was the smartest move to separate these skirms out from the women. Probably, it's debatable, because if they were amongst the women, then weirdJokes wouldn't really know who to target, but being that he can just target the skirmishers and have our stronger units. Yeah, he got out of there just in time. These Cab are by just a hair. I think he would do well to get them out of there, but he is first trying to bring down this storehouse and just deplete chrstgtr's resources ever so slightly. Yeah, so far the only players with Cab. Okay, WALLYY. Oh yeah, these women are probably toast. WALLYY has 10 Cab right here. Bring down a lot of those women. 2 dogs from weirdJokes trying to prevent any more death from occurring in weirdJokes territory, but WALLYY is out of there before weirdJokes can drop any of those Cab. And yeah, okay, so he was able to make it out unscathed, more or less, and there were still 6 women and 2 spearmen, very smart move to protect them amidst all of these apple trees. But these trees are almost depleted, at which point these women will probably just be heading back to the farms. However, WALLYY is on his way back, maybe to see if he can get a few more kills in, but weirdJokes is ready for him and is sending his own Cab out to meet them, along with 4 dogs. And right now they're doing a bit of a dance. Now WALLYY is currently running back to in the general direction of his own base, and weirdJokes is chasing him. And now weirdJokes has turned back around and is now actually headed in the direction of chrstgtr's base, it looks like. Maybe an attempt to attack the farms. There's a huge group of unguarded women right here who are just idle. But now they've been met up with 5 skirmishers, so if weirdJokes goes for the skirms first, he's going for the women. There's also a spearman right here took the spearman down. The spearman turned around and walked away just a moment before he was about to reach the cab. He probably could have taken them out if he hadn't turned around. But now they're amidst the farms, taking those women down. And out they go. Maybe because WALLYY noticed that these 10 cab of WALLYY were headed in a general westward direction. Maybe he doesn't know about those, actually, because these cab are just waiting here along with the dogs. So WALLYY has these 10 cab who are now headed... It looked like they were headed toward Dark City, but perhaps they're headed back towards WeirdJokes territory, knowing that WeirdJokes is utilizing cab and might be a little bit more vulnerable, might be booming a little bit slower, is definitely booming a lot slower. It's funny, you know, rushing is, it can be one of the most effective tactics, and it's possible with rushes to completely take somebody out of the game before the game even starts. So that's really one of the big benefits of rushing, but I find that more often than not, and especially if you're not a really, really good player, but even amidst the really, really good players, like, the 2 players who are rushing are really suffering for it quite a bit. And it is because they're attacking each other. That's a huge part of it. So they're both experiencing the hampering that comes from, you know, devoting extra time to rushing as opposed to eco, and the additional hampering that is brought on by being the target of rushes. So yeah, it's only natural that you would see these players at almost WeirdJokes less than half of his team. And WALLYY, not quite so dire, but not far ahead of WeirdJokes. And he has his group of 10 cav who are somewhat wounded, circling around south of WeirdJokes' base. These 2 players are really just going at one another. They are not letting up. And did I miss an attack from WeirdJokes? WeirdJokes is really speccing heavily into the doggies. Havran is, I was going to say the first player to reach the town base, but actually the third. First on team 2, however, and actually the fourth, as a matter of fact. 3 players on team 1 already up to phase 2. As far as population goes, seems about pretty even. WeirdJokes losing his cavalry one after the other. chrstgtr is not in the situation that WALLYY is in, which is kind of similar to WeirdJokes, but WeirdJokes is really in the worst shape right now. But chrstgtr is not a soft target, so to speak, right now. Even this large group of women is pretty heavily guarded by these 10 skirmishers, and they were able to fend off WeirdJokes' cab pretty effectively. There's only 4 of them left, 7 total. Not sure where the others are. 4 total, I'm sorry. Okay, WALLYY's cab down here. Only 3 of them. 4 total. Yeah, so both players are kind of majorly depleted, but WALLYY hasn't really taken the beating that WeirdJokes has. He's still managing to boom pretty effectively. He's up to 92, and I mean pretty effectively for all of the rushing that he has had to contend with, and the rushing that he's been doing some with himself. Stable, WeirdJokes just continually popping out those dogs. Where are those dogs that he's training? It's interesting because okay, so they're there. Okay, so this is WeirdJokes' very small contingent of 8 units that he's using for rushes. But yeah, let's take a look at the development from some of the other players. Dark City on Team 1 is expanding very heavily straight towards WeirdJokes' territory. So that's an interesting strategy, kind of conjoining their two territories, so one player. It's really good because, in particular, because WeirdJokes is the weakest link on Team 1 right now, which is crazy to even say those words because WeirdJokes is such an insanely good player, for sure one of the best in the game, but this game has really not seen a lot of success for him. So yeah, I think this is the third barracks for Dark City that's going up right now, and yeah, he's got the majority of his units concentrated on this one wood line, including 14 women. He also has 8 farms currently, so I'm assuming there's about 40 women there, and he's really keeping his food and wood expertly balanced. Same with his stone and metal. He's got a slight surplus of metal right now. He probably has, he doesn't have any military upgrades yet, so I'm not sure if he has a forge currently. He has something though, because he's on his way to phase 3. He's got his market right here. And he's got at least one temple, or at least 2 between temples and forges. Okay, wow, WeirdJokes, huge group of dogs and cat and everything right now. WeirdJokes actually has the majority of the kills. Shockingly, I wouldn't have guessed that, because his development has been the slowest, but he's been extremely skillful with those rushes, and now right on the flank, we had a very large contingent of both women and skirms from Dark City headed up straight in front of WeirdJokes' territory to kind of get ahead of this much weaker soft spot on the flank here that was making T1 very vulnerable for a long time. But if this Civ Center goes up, that will completely change the dynamic of things. We also have a separate expansion from Aslan, kind of similar, but rather than straight between the two territories, Aslan is putting his second Civ Center beside Gim's territory, but Gim is building a fort. Let's see if Rauls lets him. Rauls is not letting that happen. He's dropping units one after the other, and they are running away. He is putting them back onto resources. Rauls is splitting up his troops. These ones should be no match for this larger group. Now they're being joined up, so it could really go either way, I would say. Gin has all of his phase 1 upgrades, Rauls has only 2. So, that is something to consider. Even though Rauls has more units right here, Gim really managed to put up quite the fight against those slingers. And now Aslan is coming up after having finished the Civ Center with the vast majority of his units to bring them straight up into the front line, and now he's building his own fortress on the flank not far from where Gim was attempting to build his, and they are keeping Rauls at bay for the time being. Gim now even has a second tier military upgrade. Rauls still only having 2. So yeah, we've seen smaller amounts of units be able to hold their own for a much longer amount of time than you would expect unless you knew about the upgrades, and keep these units at bay. Meanwhile, we have a huge group of units all getting this fortress up, and it is going to go up, it would seem. So, yeah, Gim was not able to get his, but it doesn't matter too much because this one is even closer, even more formidable, pushing into Rauls' territory. And now Rauls is the one on the run, and Aslan is chasing him relentlessly with this group. Let's check out the balance. Such a good balance. I love it. 30 spearmen and 82 javelineer. That's literally perfect. The spearmen are heavily armored units who aren't going to do a lot of damage, but these Javelinier, they can do a lot of damage, and those 30 Spearmen are plenty of a meat shield to protect them, while a rain of javelins soars over their heads. And now we have an arsenal from Gim. He doesn't need to build a fortress anymore, and he's instead choosing to create something offensive, whereas Aslan is rounding it out with a temple basically inside of Rauls' territory, just right up against it. This wood line is not an option for Rauls anymore. He is being severely pushed back. Let's quickly check out what's going on down here. WALLYY has managed to boom up to almost max population at this point. Meanwhile, this Civ Center is paying off. It's providing a jumping off point for Dark City to launch this attack into chrstgtr territory. chrstgtr only has the first military upgrade. And let's see, Dark City has 5 of them. Yeah, 5 of them. Incredible. weirdJokes, on the other hand, has none of them, so he's vulnerable, but really this fight is being headed up by Dark City. weirdJokes is hurting in terms of population, frankly.
Yeah, see?
Let's go back up, and Havran has jumped into the battle. And Havran is, whoa! Havran is crazy! He's got like all the, not all, but pretty close, yo! That's freaking insane! So, yeah, we could have almost seen this Civ Center go down, I think, but yeah, things are going a whole different way now that Havran is, like, ready, and he's arrived, and he is out for blood, as those red silhouettes might suggest. Yeah, between Rauls and Havran, they are, honestly, I don't know if Aslan's going to be able to keep up, particularly Rauls with the upgrades like crazy, or Havran I should say, I'm sorry, with the upgrades, crazy. Havran down to 162, kill-death ratio super low, however. It's wild. It's wild. We are experiencing some pretty bad lag, unfortunately. But yeah, super low kill death for Havran. But Rauls' kill death is actually higher. I would honestly expect the opposite since Havran arrived a little bit later to the fight. But I guess Rauls is particularly high because he kind of started off that successful attack against Gim and denied him that fort. But now we see Aslan turning his troops around while Gim fights on the front line. I don't know why Aslan turned around like that, but it was a valuable few seconds lost in this battle. It really has the possibility of swinging it. Sorry, my phone died. Plug it back in. This is crazy, guys. Freaking crazy. I don't even want to miss a second. Alright, so the push continues, however, WALLYY and Havran running to the east while Aslan pushes on into Rauls' territory. And yeah, these troops from Rauls are getting javelins in the back as they run towards the Civ Center. And it's a wild thing to see.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, we have these units of Havran. I'm not sure what they're doing. I guess right now they're fighting these Cav from Gim. And Gim also has some Rams joining up with Aslan's skirms headed to the front line, but now that Ram is isolated and vulnerable, Rauls probably could have taken it down with some of these units. Although slingers are able to take down rams, but it's a bit slow of a process. Right now, the barracks is being targeted. Down in the south, we have WALLYY attempting to put up a civ center just to the north of chrstgtr base. And yeah, darkcity has been pushing with these troops using this civ center as a base to attempt to make incursions against chrstgtr, but with WALLYY defending, chrstgtr has been able to protect his civ center. However, his population is all the way down to 116. His kill death is right at 1, but he's lost a lot of units. And let's see, WALLYY, however, is max pop, and he has had a lot of success in taking down enemy units. Overall, it looks like Team 2 is really coming out on top if you look at the kill-death ratio alone. But you know that's not the only factor to go by, and I really could see this going either way at this point. Team 1 is pretty close to being maxed out other than Ginnungagap and weirdJokes. But yeah, up in the north, we now have Havran going straight for this second civ center built by Aslan. I don't know that it's going to matter hugely, but it's definitely a lot of territory, and it's definitely going to, I think actually it's going to matter a lot if Havran manages to take it over, which it looks like he may very well be able to. Meanwhile, Rauls has just a crazy amount of slingers up here, and it doesn't look like the cav from Aslan, the 15 of them, and yeah, only 30 skirmishers from from Aslan and the cav. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to penetrate through this wall. Slingers right here, but you know, they may very well, because Rauls is not doing well in terms of upgrades, whereas both Aslan and Gim are pretty close to being maxed out. Much like Havran, who has managed to take over Aslan's civic center. Aslan retains possession of this fort right here, though up on up on Rauls' border, and I would say strategically this building is a little bit more significant, I would have to argue, being right on the border and having this temple next to it, which is hugely helpful for whichever units are on the offensive here to fill up. And yeah, it was hugely helpful because they are now amidst all of the fields. It looks like they've taken down the vast majority of the women, and the Rams are about to just damage this civ center of Rauls just enough for it to be taken over. Rauls is pretty much out of the game as far as population goes. And it's GG from chrstgtr. He is... Yeah, it looks like he is on the back foot as well. Yeah, wow, simultaneously both flank civic centers fell. Really, really incredible, unbelievable showing from both teams, honestly. I'm super impressed by, the fact that Team 1 really consistently had, or Team 2, I think, consistently had a higher KD for the majority of the game, but Team 1 was able to outfight them. Yeah, I agree with Inlard. I think weirdJokes was really really had the potential to be the strongest player on Team 1. He was really who they would have relied on to carry them to victory, and the southern flank was pretty much headed up by Darkcity in its entirety. I'm sorry, no, Team 1 won. So, yeah, WeirdJokes did not need to necessarily go super crazy in order to have the day. Okay, that's interesting. So now Gim lost their Civic Center. I'm kind of confused as to like who they're saying. I mean, chrstgtr was the first one to say GG, and Team 2 lost both their Civic Centers at the same time. So I would say that Team 1 won. But honestly, like, I don't understand why they don't just keep playing. Like, I guess it's a little bit beyond me, like, and they have kind of a better intuitive sense of, like, damn drama, y'all, chill. Yeah, for sure Team 1 won this game. Like, I don't know why I was even doubting that for a moment when you actually look at the populations. It's beyond over. But, yeah, a lot of drama in the chat. And chrstgtr has put in his resignation along with nobody else has. There we go, Rauls. All right. Let us view the summary. This is always the first thing I look at. Yeah, you can kind of see Team 1 just very consistently one step ahead of Team 2 throughout the course of the entire game. And yeah, it's very like subtle when one team is in the lead, but sometimes a very subtle lead has the potential to. That's the thing about 0AD, like, once a player starts leading, taking the lead, it's, like, exponentially harder for the other player to catch up, like, every bit that first player is in the lead. So it's very easy in 0AD to turn, you know, a small victory into a total victory. And, yeah, there are always, like, little hints along the way that you can look at to really see where a game is going. I would have thought that, it's interesting because I would have thought that WeirdJokes, kind of falling very far behind in terms of population, within the first, like, after the first 10 minutes of the game, would have kind of led to Team 1 as a whole falling behind, but I was too kind of micro-focused in on the rushing happening between WeirdJokes and WALLYY to really see the macro picture of who was going to win. But I think, yeah, that Civ Center from Darkcity right on the flank was super, super helpful. And similarly, when we saw Aslan put his fort up right after Gim was unable to get his fort up, having those really powerful defensive structures very close to the enemy's Civ Center, particularly when Aslan got, yeah, the fort up and then the temple next to the fort. Those structures are really a key indicator of the direction that the game is going. That being said, it's always possible to overextend yourself and spend too many resources on on structures and expansions, which is, I think, a habit that I have. You know, expanding just by default rather than, you know, when I already know that I'm kind of in the lead and I, you know, am in a position to capitalize on that lead. But yeah, this was an amazing game, and I will try to get it up as soon as possible. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I can maybe stream next week's pro game. Alright guys, thank you, like, subscribe, all that.